to the first episode of B1 with Joe and the Fat Man. If you're wondering, I'm not Joe, so figure it out yourself. So what we try to do, we're two normal guys from Africa, from a little place called Namibia. It's on the southwestern point of Africa, and about 2.5 million people here in our lovely country. Size-wise, I think it's something like 800 and something thousand square kilometers, 300 something thousand square miles. Just God's gift to the world, and we're lucky enough to stay here.
Lots of wildlife.
Lots of wildlife, nature, and just good people in general. I think it's one of the nicer places in Africa where everybody is just happy to live with everybody. So maybe just a quick background as to why we're doing it. So we actually thought through COVID, what are we going to do that's a little bit different, and decided to do something that's closer to our hearts. We both like a little bit of fighting and a little bit of, I love watching it, Johan loves doing it. We also love nature, we love tracking, we love weapons. We're just really two boys that's getting a little bit older at the moment.
No, I agree, and I think that's where we got the idea of B1. Be one of those that get your ass off the couch.
Correct.
Yeah, and and be one of us. Yeah, join us. Whatever we do, we're sure the people that will watch this is the people that will like this as well.
Absolutely.
We will be covering something or everything, as you said.
I think we're trying to structure it a little bit with basically 4 topics. I think the one being nature and tracking, and then one being maybe self-defense and training, and then just because we both love it, have some factual information around about weaponry, all types, not just rifles for that matter. And then as we move forward, we want to go into some chats with people that has really through adversity stuck it through and made it work, and learn from them.
I agree.
I think there's so many people and interesting people in Africa per se. We not necessarily want to go international immediately, but speak to some people among us, and see what we can do.
Definitely.
So that's the background. I think we're excited. We're both busy. You're a veterinary student in your younger age. I'm working for a corporate, and we thought that let's do something we both love to do.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we did and where we are now. So episode 1, if we look at the nature and tracking portion, we were lucky enough to go to a piece of land to the south of Windhoek, and we saw some interesting things. Morning, Joe. How are you doing? It's 7:30 here in the southern part of Namibia. We're about 160 kilometers south of Windhoek, and one of the more common sights in this area is this camelthorn tree with this weaver nests in it. I think it's quite an interesting thing to talk about, so could you give us some more info on it, please?
I must say, this is the best place to be, especially if it's lockdown. Feeling sorry for the other guys in the other parts of southern Africa. I must say this is maybe one of the most common sights that you will see in this type of savanna. This is a sub-savanna, so bushveld. I love this area, and actually there we go. this type of nest is the social weavers. They are actually congregating together like this, and then they build these nests for safety in numbers. That's why actually this is a way of survival.
Survival. So each of these little holes, is that an entrance point to the, is there a greater nest inside, or is it each of these little holes a nest?
It looks like each hole is a nest, and you'll see every time a bird will enter into a specific hole, so they know exactly where their nests are.
And there's the larger holes for the overweight ones, or what is that? Is that for the fat man ones?
Most
so
probably.
That's probably my hole. Is that yours over there?
Oh yeah, there's a nice one in there.
Exactly.
So yeah, and I think this pattern is typically all the entrances is showing to the bottom. So this is another way of defending themselves, because snakes and
Oh, so it's difficult for them to come in through
yeah,
gravitation.
and
Okay.
this is a typical tree that you will find here. This is a camelthorn.
Yep.
Yeah, and look how awesome is this. If you look through those, you still see some stuff up there. Trees going up quite high.
Amazing. And then underneath, all the dropping.
Can you believe this, huh? And
It's a massive one that dropped it.
that was your hole, wasn't it? Yeah.
Larger
Love
track,
it.
so that's usually the hind feet. That is the bigger
Part of the bigger foot of the two, and here you can see it has dug right underneath here. But this is actually very interesting in terms of
because they usually have only they have only 3 toes like that, but I see 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So to be honest, this looks like porcupine.
Porcupine.
Yeah. That's it, yeah. There you can see the multiple pads, and that's the proximal pad. So the proximal pad usually is when the animal has the main pad with the toes and then the claws, and then they have an extra set of pads here at the back. So it's a plantigrade. So that means they've got a full foot. They don't walk on the toes, they walk on the flat, the whole foot. So there you can see with the nails there, and then this one here is clearly the sign where you can see the multiple pads. That is so nice. So that means a porcupine, and we can you see this? That line.
Yes, those lines, yes.
That's the quills.
Oh,
Yeah.
going through here.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so that's the quills of the porcupine.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, would you say the porcupine also dug that hole?
Yes.
Really?
yeah, they're good diggers as well. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Wonderful, Joe. Not too bad for an old
Yeah.
man, eh?
Well, we started off with a aardvark, and we ended up with a porcupine.
I started off weighing 30 kgs, I'm now 150. Things happen. Well, great, John. I think that was really nice to see. I mean, yes, it was such a great time there in the bush, and saw some lovely things. You know, just watching that clip a little bit, I see my racehorse physique needs a bit of attention. So with the training and self-defense, I think we might want to go towards the training first and then to the self-defense.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have lots of fun. Obviously, when you start to do sports like martial arts, especially the Japanese background, the history of Japanese and fighting arts, it's very interesting. And obviously, everything is the source of that is from the samurais, and the samurais are very
perfect, very meticulous. Certain things need to be in place. So, and I think the typical martial art foundation that we will be using is Kyokushin karate. So we will be working on your core, right?
I've got a core somewhere right about here, deep in there. It's like oil, you have to drill a bit to get to it, but you'll find it. So.
And what's very interesting about the philosophy of the Japanese, especially the samurai, they say that if you have a strong core, you are a strong fighter. And a typical example that they use is if you take a long stick like this and you push it from the sides, it will break in the middle. And if the middle is strong, the stick is strong. Right. So
that's interesting. I like that imagery.
So we will definitely work on that, and it needs to be all around. Right. So in front, at the back, and it's going to be fantastic.
Just tell me, I think you're being a little bit modest. Just for the viewers out there, what is your background around Kyokushin? And you know, I don't think that you're just boiling.
Well, I've been doing, I think, Kyokushin since '89, so that gives a little bit of my age.
Since you were 2.
Right about there.
Yes.
And most of my career was in South Africa. Now I'm a Namibian. I'm a born Namibian. And I've been through the ranks, fought in South Africa for many years, fought international, won international. So
Still being modest. What's Win International? What is your greatest achievement?
A first place, yeah.
First place?
Yeah.
World level.
Yes.
So kind of, can we call you a world champion? Should we hang
You
a
would
belt
like to
here?
say-
Did you get a belt? After?
I'm a fourth dan, so just to,
Okay.
I think it's about time to give something back, and I think this will be a nice medium to actually get some of our viewers to fall in and do what we do. So if you want to go up to the next level, I'm sure we can give you lots of tips to go to the next level.
No, I think I like it. I think the idea what we had was when we started with this was to say that let's get a normal guy. I'm a little bit abnormal as we look at size, but a normal guy at our age and see what you can do. Not necessarily to become a fighter, but to be able to handle yourself in a situation. And what we can do to, as you said now with the core, get that core strengthened, maybe get your fitness a little bit up. And obviously it has to come from both sides. You know, you can instruct as much as you want.
Yeah.
If the willingness is not there from my side, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So we had a quick discussion beforehand where we said that I don't know if it was a good or a bad idea, but I kind of locked myself into a 5-kilometer run.
That's a good start.
The last time I ran was about 30 years ago. That was away from a fight.
That's another way of defending yourself. Huh?
Exactly. I just a sleuth. I go very quietly and slowly in a direction. So yes, but I think what we'll do is from the next episode we'll start showing some video material on that.
Yeah.
And feel for me, please, because I think I've got.
If I had to be a trails guide, or what would you suggest in this scenario? If I have to walk now with my guests and I actually bump into a situation where I need to have a weapon or a gun that is actually very suitable for stopping the threat, and
Yes.
as well as now in an area like this to have a multi-purpose.
Sorry to interrupt you. I see there's a kudu something standing on the other side there.
Ah,
Sorry. Yes.
yeah. So what is your suggestion? Because it actually always is one of those questions that I actually can't answer for myself.
So Joe, to be honest with you, and it's a subjective answer, so meaning that I think there's a lot of people that will maybe differ from me, but I think you've got one of three options. It's either 375, 416 or 458. So the main application is going to be stopping power, keeping your client safe, that kind of thing, correct?
Okay.
So for me, I'll start, if I have to choose, I'll go 416. You get several in that 416 range. So you obviously got the Rigby that started with, and then there were 416 Taylors, and Remington did a 416. Weatherby did a 416, which is extremely uncomfortable to shoot because it's about 30% more power than, or powder than any of the other 416s.
Okay.
But then Ruger brought a 416 Ruger in 2006, on correction. It was a collaboration between Ruger and Hornady, and what they actually did is they had a 375 Ruger, which is a small casing, so a standard length action, and they just blew it out a little bit. And it's got the same characteristics as a 416 basically. It's also running at about 5,000, at about 2,400, 2,380 feet per second.
Okay.
So 375 for me, I love a 375,
Yeah.
but a 375 is maybe just a little bit light if there's a full bull elephant charging you. 458, I know they had problems with powders at some stage. They did a 458 lot, which is also really great.
Okay.
If it's a single weapon and it's an affordable weapon, the Rigby's can get a little bit expensive, the 416 Rigby's. Either I would say 416 Remington or 416 Ruger, and my preference will be 416 Ruger just for the weight.
Okay.
You get them, Ruger does one, then I think they call it an Alaskan, or that M77, which is a 20-inch barrel, so it's very easy to carry around and everything. And yes, I think from an application perspective, that will be the greatest thing for you to use. But as I say, that's my opinion. People might differ, but 416 Ruger.
And cost-wise, in terms of your cartridges, your
So obviously in all of these big cartridges, reloading is the way to go.
Okay.
But I can't tell you off the bat what the price would be. I think a 416 Ruger, the great thing about it, because it's a new cartridge, Hornady stocks it, which means most of the gun shops and places will stock it, and you won't find yourself in a position where you can't find ammunition. If you go to the 416 Taylors and those things, it's something that you have to actually load yourself.
But if you have to compare it with a 375, will it be that much more
Definitely.
expensive?
That much more expensive? Sorry,
Yeah.
no, not at all. I don't think so. Not a 416 Ruger. If you go
Okay.
416 Rigby, yes.
Okay.
Because the length of the casing and all that is different
Okay.
and longer. And also when you purchase the actual rifle,
Yeah.
the length, it's not a standard length, it's an open length action.
Okay.
So yeah, it hikes up the price. So
Okay.
that's my 10 cents,
All right.
Joe man.
Fantastic,
You know?
man.
But you still need to be able to shoot it. You know?
That is where it changes from the gun to the handler.
Correct.
Just suddenly up and out like this. It's another tough day in Africa.
It's a tough day in Africa, my friend. Fighting through it. No, I think as Joe said at the beginning, I think the silver thread through this whole series should be just be one of us, be one that gets active. I think we might just want to put a Twitter kind of hashtag #AsOfCouch. It's applicable to me. Yes, and let's just make a change and enjoy life for what it is and have fun with it.
Yeah. No, I think so. Please follow us. We just want to share, right? So I think it's going to be awesome.
Great stuff. So until next time, see you soon.
Be one.